Good morning, everyone. So while you're all gathering, and if any of you re-listen to this, let me give you some updates. We have Wednesday night, Stacy Hall is going to go through the 9 steps to get a yes. Not 9 steps, but 9 ways to get yeses. 9 steps that you've got to take your own head through to get a yes. So I know some of you were busy this weekend. You had a conference. I hope that went well. I know some of you are launching some projects this week, and so I hope those are going well. Good morning, Betsy. And so I do want to encourage everybody, though, to be on the call Wednesday night, because this is a good session with Stacy Hall. And I might even get to be a guest on the show. I don't know yet, but we're going to do the 9 steps to yes, and I think it's a good review for everyone. I already have Marie signed up, who's in the group, and so if anybody else wants to register for Wednesday night, the link is out there. If you don't have it, ask you for it. Hey, Betsy, how are you? How can I help?
I'm good, thanks. Good. Actually on time for once. Yay.
Well, I almost wasn't on time, so I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I actually got something done this weekend. I'm like really excited that I kind of got out of my inertia and did a little bit of work. So that was
nice,
good.
Nice. So what projects do you have on the board?
Well, I set up a what do you call it? A custom lead gen page. And then I have an email that I wrote to kind of lead to it.
Okay.
So I did that, and then I wrote another email, kind of on a different topic, about aging and reverse aging. So yeah, and I didn't get around to the email that we talked about last week. I started just talking it in the phone and then got interrupted. So yeah, so I got a few things done. If you wanted to look at any of that,
I was gonna say, give me your link. Just tell me your link, and I'll pull up your lead gen.
Okay.
I know about HTTPS, and is it Betsy or Betsy Walker on your thing?
Let me see. I just have to go to my custom lead gen campaigns and pull I think I have to pull the link from it. Let me do that really quick. Logged me out, so I have to log back in. I think I did Firefly. Yeah. Okay. So am I giving you the link to the capture page?
No, give me the link to the lead gen so we can look at it.
Well, in this Firefly landing, it says click here to select the capture link page, capture link, and then click here to select the thank you page link.
Go to the little, go back out. Okay. Go to the little paperclip. And when you go into the paperclip, it will give you just the link that you need to share in your emails and everything.
So is that the second one over?
Uh-huh.
That's where I was at.
All right, let me look.
So
make sure I'm not. So your first
capture page link, I think that's what you want.
Well, what you have when you go into the custom,
let me check it out.
You're going to have the
yeah, okay, I got it. So where do you want me to send it here?
No, just just read it to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get Katrina in here. So
it's HTTP
yes.
B Walker.
B Walker?
Yeah.
Okay.
.attractionsystems.com.
Okay. So I'm going to pull that up. Oops. Okay. Just B Walker, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So I'm going to pull it up on the screen so we can share it. And
hi, Katrina.
So, all right, she did a custom lead gen, Katrina. So we're going to take a look at it. So learn how to reverse your aging process in mere weeks. So first of all, let me just say this, Betsy. On what you want to do, I think, is reduce the eye span. Always think about cell phones and how can people scan down. So a large headline like this is going to automatically kind of fall down on your phone. So go ahead and split, like learn how to could be the top line, reverse your aging could be the next line,
Okay.
and then, or reverse your aging process, and then go down to in mere weeks. Now I'm not going to work on the wording, but I'm going to just work on kind of the layout there. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
And if you say get your questions answered, it's like, well, how about Betsy has the answers? That's more direct.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you're promoting yourself. Go for it. What do you think, Katrina?
Well, I think I like either answers or solutions, or I'm what's the word I'm kind of looking for? I'll just say like back up. Like for me, when anybody's like get your questions answered, I don't know what questions I might have. And so this kind of positions, when I read like get your questions answered, it's more that I'm not seeing how you're the expert here.
Okay, so we're gonna go through the rest of it, but I get it. So what you're wanting to say is let's lead in to keep the excitement up, and that would be a simple
like keep
way
drawing
to say
them into,
right. Okay.
you know.
All right. So thank you. And what I want to say, Betsy, is thank you for doing this, because my God, we all get into so much self-doubt when we try to set these things up. Good for you.
Well, I just thought I would, throw some mud at the wall and see what happens.
Well, I'm grateful, because I don't think we learn unless we throw mud at the wall. Now, when you put a video in here, let me tell you, Betsy, initially, the video purpose is for you to do one yourself of no more than 2 minutes to get people to know you. So remember, there's multiple reasons to attract people. So if you wanted to do this video, you would do it maybe at another place. But the original video on a custom thing, and this is for everybody, is to get people to know you first. So you could even say, where it says get your questions answered, listen to Betsy tell you why this is exciting news, whatever. And then you come up with 2 pithy things about this. I mean, so I just saw a book this morning on the new rules of aging well. And he's talking about dropping out sugar, and he's talking about how you manage your sleep, and he's talking about mushrooms. And, I just read a scan of his headlines. So remember, this whole thing is full of headlines, and your video is kind of a headline too, but with personalization. Does any of this help?
Yeah, because this video is actually, it's a professionally done video, and it's 10 minutes or 9 something long.
Right.
So it's too long then. So yeah, I'll try and put that together this week and get a video and maybe say something that draws it in more into to my video.
Well, so let's go back to the original purpose for these things so that we can help you guys, because the first goal is to get them on your email list. So the first page is designed to have them see something sexy enough, interesting enough, eye-catching enough, heart-catching enough to make them come down and fill in the learn more link. So the learn more is actually your email. So this is goal number 1. So don't make it too long or they won't come down here. So when we remember the number 1 goal on the first page is to do this. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you one, and you can take it out because I don't want to clutter your email. But we're going to check out where this goes. And I just have one thought. It's nice to get the phone number, but if the phone number would stop them from signing this, I sometimes don't ask for the phone number initially, because there are many times I've not joined somebody's email list because I don't want the phone call. So if you're not really intending to call each person that joins and to do a welcome and a hello, then this could be a deterrent. But you know your audience, so I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying I sometimes put the phone number in, maybe with people I already have on my list, and I'm getting them into something else. Does that help?
Yeah, I guess it's going to depend on what I say in my video. I mean,
right.
My ideal thing is to get them on the phone right away.
Okay. All right.
That's what I want, because I want to either guide them into a phone meeting or to watch that video.
Well, then, if that's the case, what you want, and I've already flipped the page. What you want, where it says "Learn More," is it's like, okay. First of all, we only know the results of these if we test them. So good. I'm glad you've got something going and you can test it. If it doesn't work, then we come back and we redesign. So I'm going to tell you right now, no matter how much I super analyze this, I'm actually just using this as a teaching moment. I'm not using it because I know the truth of what's going to work. What I'm trying to say is go back always and keep it simple and remember, okay, I'm gathering somebody's attention and I want them to take action. That's page 1. I want them to take action. So when you say learn more, I'll get you with you in a minute, Katrina. You don't want them to go ahead and skip that learn more. And then when you goes here, I'll call you soon. That is true. You've got the phone number, but you're assuming there's questions. So you need to maybe restate this. And then the website you're taking them to is...
It's the website for the product.
The new tracks. Okay. All right. Got it. So when we are, this is only a thought. When we're building our relationship with people, is it too soon to introduce the company? You really want people do business in any MLM or network marketing when they know the person. And so if this is going to people that you already know and say, hey, I want to catch up, so you got to go into the casual conversation up there. But otherwise, you may not get the responses you want, but I would say test it and then see what you get, and then we could go back to the drawing board. Now, on one of those other forms, the one with you did the Firefly, the one with the personal landing page. The personal landing page will allow you to do 2 videos, I believe. One on the front, which is the welcome, and then the one on the second page, which is the thank you. So if you ever want to walk through that, I would say test the first one you have, see what you get, because we don't know until you get. So I'm trying not to be the party pooper here, because I'm still acquiring more and more skill around that. And so, but I'm thinking that Betsy's got to be first. They've got to know Betsy. They got to like Betsy, or your responses will be a little more limited. Does that help?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I'll be glad to look at your copy with you if you want. And I'll be glad to walk you through what I think might happen on the personal landing page. Now, if you want to look at my personal landing page, obviously I'm marketing, sales, and marketing skills. You can go just look up successwithmarla.com. You can see my landing page and see how that lays out. And then we can see if that's a format for you.
I did set up, this was a while ago, I did set up my personal landing page as more for my coaching.
Okay.
So I haven't really kind of thought through that one all yet, but I have it. I mean, I've started it, so it's out there.
Okay. Well, we could use the Firefly. I would just say make that first video personal.
And then maybe instead of sending them to the website, just have them fill out the form and join my email list.
Well, the first one is your email list. Remember, the first under your video would be the
Right.
email list. The
That's
second page could be a PDF on the stuff. So does the company have a PDF?
Well, you don't even have to put anything for the second page, do you? I mean, it's not like you have to use that, right?
No, you don't.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a PDF.
Well, let's talk about that a minute. Let me see what Katrina wanted to say. Let me come back to maybe a benefit of PDFs. So just Katrina, come on in.
Oh, so what I kind of wanted a little bit more context, because I would love to also be able to offer my opinions, but I don't know. So I guess, what is the video? What are you trying to do? If you can give me a quick summary. I know I was a little late coming in.
The video is about the product that basically reverses people's cellular age by 10, 20, 30 years. I mean, it's an amazing, miraculous product. And the video, I mean, it's so professionally done, really well done, that, that's what we're taught from our upline, is that we want to get people to watch the video and then to talk to them.
Cool.
Because it is very compelling, and most people, after they watch the video, they want to know how they can get the product.
Great. I mean, so for me, if you just tell me up front that it's a 10-minute video, then I know. Right? That is one of the best ways that you will keep me engaged. If I know what I'm in for, then I do it. I really do not like watching videos that I don't have an idea of the length. So if it doesn't show me how long it is, then you need to tell me, hey, we are super excited, but before we meet and before we talk, so I can answer your questions, watch this video. Take about 10 minutes, watch it over coffee, on a quick break. Like, just give them that, like, here's a great time to watch it, right? And then you'll learn a couple things, and then drop your email and your phone number so I can call you to be able to walk you to the next steps or answer your questions, like that kind of thing. Like, what is the purpose of them watching it? And then why should they then connect to you, right? You are the representative that's there to help them maybe learn more about the product, an opportunity, or to like use it. So like, whatever that is. So like, what are like some of the main points that they talk about in the video? Then you say, hey, I'm your go-to person that will then get you to whatever you're looking for.
I like that. Thank you, Katrina, because I just got into the weeds in the sense of the technical. But you're right. It can work with more copy at the top, where what Katrina just shared was a real folksy approach. It's kind of the Brian approach to things. Hey, I found this valuable. Here's what I learned. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this. And here's how I'm going to use it. And so I really want you to just take 10 minutes and get to know what I'm jumping up and down about. And we're, obviously jumping up and down is an expression I could use for myself, not necessarily you. But I mean, so Katrina could probably talk about jumping up and down. And I'm not saying you're not energetic. I'm just saying you're a calmer presenter than I am, Betsy.
Yeah.
And so, but where your folksiness comes through in your words at the top, then people are invited into your spirit of excitement. And then that spirit of excitement could get them to watch the 10 minutes. And I like that. And then you could just say, learn more, connect with me. It's like, oh my God, did you watch it? I'm excited. Connect with me. And that could be in your link down there. So be a little bit Brian-esque with just like, Oh, you watched it. Congratulations.
And then you can say, I love talking on the phone, right? Already prep them to say, hey, I want to be able to answer your questions. Let's schedule a time to do that, or or like leave me your name and number or your info to include your phone number. And let them know beforehand, before they see the phone. Just get ahead of it. And then they're like, oh, okay, they'll know that you're already going to call them, because then you don't really have to change your next message of I will call you, because or maybe there's a preference or something. I don't know if there's a way that you can write a preference, but there's just sort of, I'm going to call you, I want to get on the phone with you, right? Or I want to, whatever that is. So I'm going to call you to schedule, or
well,
you
it's
send
just
the
like
link
say,
to schedule, you know?
Well, let's make that a little folksy, and I'm making this up. So thank you, Katrina. What I'm saying is like, oh, I'm so excited that you're here, and I love to talk to people in person, to answer, to see what your curiosity was. Not to answer questions, but to see what your curiosity was. Because if you're like me, you found things that you'd never heard about. And so I want to know what you learned that maybe I still don't know. And so now you're in collaboration with them. And so I think that's the challenge. And I'm working on this every day, is where when we go out and we want to say something, we're promoting ourselves as some sort of an expert, but at the same time, we need to say we're still open to learning. Because somebody could give us a point of view that we've never heard before about that particular product and why they're excited about it, and you just have a new sales tool.
Also, I was wondering, a lot of people they like to be listened to, right? They like to have you hear their problems, hear what their issues are. So if I were to say something like, hey, I saw that this could help me, live a longer, more active lifestyle and do XYZ. What did you see in it for yourself? What problems in your body would it solve? I really want to know. Can you, let's connect.
Right. Right. And well, and the other thing is the only thing you'd want to say maybe is I never talk over 15 minutes because I know your time is valuable. When people know there's going to be a limit on it, now it doesn't mean you're not going to set a next appointment. So you're going to have a standard phrase in there, which is, oh my gosh. So here's how you do this, because I used to do this too with people when I was on sales. They'd say, how long is it going to take? They call me, right? And then they want to know how long it's going to take. And it's like, well, I got a lot of questions to ask, but I can make it happen within 15 minutes. Will that work for you? And they'd say, yes. So I'd get to 12 minutes and I say, okay, here's what we still have left to do. And most I could get, this is insurance, right? So I got it done. I just snipped some of the stuff. And at 12 minutes, I said, okay, we got 3 minutes left. Do you want to make your buying decision now in the last 3 minutes, or do you want to take a little more time? Oh, I got more time. Okay. Because it just let them think they were in control. Now, I basically, in order to manage my time, needed to be off in 22 to 25 minutes anyway. But especially when I'm making a sale. If I wasn't making a sale, then I tried to make it, about 12. But with the system, you couldn't make it any faster. But so when you do things like that, people go, oh, they're looking after me. It's that subtle thing. So always have a timer there and a camera and be real clear when you're offering 15 minutes that you don't go over. And always give them a choice to stay on if you can stay on. Or if it's somebody who always likes to stay on, then that's when you cut the call off anyway, because they need to know you're busy.
So in terms of the mechanics of the Firefly, I can only have one video on that. Is that right?
Yeah, but if you set it up like Katrina talked about, where you've got more stuff in there, more of the invitation in there, that might be kind of cool to try it, because we don't know what funnel works until we test them. But
what I was thinking is I could have the personal video like you suggested and whatever copy, and then once they sign up, then they would get a email, autoresponder email with the link to the video.
Correct.
That says, watch this, and let me know when you're done, and I'll call you.
That's what I would.
No?
Well, here's why I would suggest that, Katrina. If the first goal is to get people on the email list, she'll probably get more people on the email list. Then the follow-up email is, oh, wow, I'm so glad you joined me. I bet you're just anxious for this secret. And then you still do the folksy thing like Katrina did about inviting them in to watch that video. I know this is 10 minutes, but this was the most valuable 10 minutes of my life. And they do. So the thing is there's always multiple goals with each of these things. So we know a funnel doesn't always make a direct sale. The goal of the funnel is to get an email. So if you think showing the 10-minute video will get you the email, great. Now, what I know what Katrina's thinking is it's going to be your filter, meaning if they aren't interested, they won't waste your time. But at the same time, we know that numbers are part of the game. So my goal is go for the email first, then go for the additional.
Well, like
Katrina.
for me, I mean, I appreciate what you're saying. And I'm honestly just putting the consumer hat on right now, right?
Yeah, right.
If you tell me right here, here's the reverse, you have a secret for the reverse. I want to know what that secret is. I don't want to know who you are. I don't want to know what the product is. I want to know what the secret is, period. So up front, if you give me an email, if you put a hi, I'm, Betsy, and this is what I'm going to tune out. 100% I'm going to tune out and I'm going to walk away. Yes, I want to know who you are, but you attracted me with you have a process for reversing aging. So I want to take me right to that process because I know somebody's on the other end of it. Like I know there's a human on the other end of it, right? Then if you take me in and then you say, okay, hey, that was 10 minutes. I appreciate you watching that. Hey, now let's connect. Great, I'm in. But if you do a video and then you talk a little bit more and then you send me an email and then you tell me I have to watch another 10 minutes, you have now wasted my time.
Well,
that's just how I'm being very honest in that. Like
that's how you are wired.
If I went through that process, I will 100% feel like my time was wasted. I have to do another thing and another thing just to get to you. Okay, let me watch the video, take me to it, either set me up a thing or give me the option to look at the website.
You are one of the more unique people in the world. I probably wouldn't listen to a 10-minute video. So here's the deal. Again, we always have to know what the goal is. If you want to test the video the way it is, make it a little more folksy to invite them in to watch the video and test it. See what you get. See how many people open it up and then sign your email. If you don't get the results you want, then you go to the other style. So you just have to pick a style that you want to use first. But always, 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 when you guys are setting up a funnel, so let's get out of the process. Let's get out of the weeds. Know your objective. And so if the objective is to have people watch and then sign up, that's going to be maybe more of a limited funnel than if you get people to know you and sign up for your email. So when Diane trains, I was in her Deep Abyss last week. She runs it once a month. I highly recommend it. But she's talking about the reason we use the word funnel is we make it big at the top. We get in as many as we can. So we have more to work with. And then only a few come out the bottom. So if you're only putting in a few at the top, you're not even going to have the opportunity to have them sort all the way to the bottom. So there's just two schools of thought. So it's not like there's a full exact answer, except if you go back to the purpose of funnel, get everybody you can, and then by your offers, they begin sorting themselves. So did we help at all, Betsy, or confuse, or do you want to just test? Just get one done and test.
No, I think it's good. I think there are two types of people. I'm like Katrina, sorry. in that if I'm sucked in, I'll listen to the end, even if it's long, if I really want to know what they have to say.
Okay.
But there are other people, like you said, that don't want all that. The other thing is to keep in mind, I have an email list that I'm emailing to. So I already have their email. So that's one of my connections into this landing page, right?
Right.
And so that's the copy that I created. So I need to have that. That is what needs to suck them in to get to that landing page. And I think, like, if I'm posting it somewhere, like on social media, maybe a video I do on social media is what sucks them into that landing page.
Correct. Okay, good. So you know your strategy.
So the copy that I have above that video has to be really good so that they'll watch the video.
Right.
And then give me not only their,
right.
I already have their email address and their name, but also their phone number so I can connect with them directly.
Right. So you can send me that copy when you have it, but and this video goes up right after the meeting, and Katrina had a very folksy style. I think it's just, it's kind of like, it's like that, do you want a piece of candy, little girl kind of thing. You gotta, you gotta talk so that they want to click.
Yeah.
And
I mean, my biggest thing is, do you want to learn more? Do you have 10 minutes? Watch a video, learn this process. You want to learn more information?
But people need a little more why. So just tell them there were 2 things that changed my life.
Yes.
In this video, and I'll tell you those 2 after you watch.
Yes.
So you got to do it some kind of that way. And then that's a typical little bit of a lead in to, okay, they watch and now they know why you've got your button down there. You don't want to learn more. It's like, what did you learn? Let's talk. And they click that.
I agree. I 100% agree with that, Marla. And me, I'm only adding in like those little bit of like, guide me through the process, right? Like, tell me that there's a 10-minute video. Add other stuff like Marla's like suggesting, right? I'm just going, these are the buzzwords that are going to get me to know I need to allot 10 minutes. I do want to connect with you, right? If I want to know more and be specific, like Marla's saying, right? I got 2 more tips that are very specific on how to use this product, or you want to set up a scheduling session, like sort of like why. I did have a question. Once they've given you the email, then you say, visit the website. What's the purpose of me visiting the website?
I was just thinking for people that are impatient and want to get started right away, but I think that I might lose people. I don't know.
Yeah,
well, I guess it's more that, like, do you want them to look at the website so when you call them, they've already looked at the website, they already have an idea, and so then you can walk through a strategy, or you want to walk them through a strategy with them? Like, the consult it's sort of like I'm kind of losing, like, why are you calling me if you're sending me to the website?
Well, because a lot of people are like, once they there's a lot of options on how to get started, right? In terms of their budget and, what their issues are. So connecting is really important. But some people are like, no nonsense, or like, oh yeah, I want that. And they want to go right there and get it, right?
What percentage of people are no nonsense?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think it's a very high percentage.
No.
And I'm a no nonsense person, and I'll go figure it out. But I got to tell you that most of the way people, if I'm looking at a pay plan, I got to tell you, and especially the one with Box Life, there's no way you're going to get that sucker if you don't talk to somebody. The second thing is, what some of you don't want, and this is what Marla-ism, is if people just go in and say, I want to sign up to get a discount, you don't know if you have a working partner yet or not. And I find that a lot of people go in and say, I just want to do the discount, and you don't have a business person, and you don't even have the opportunity to connect with them to understand, do you have a business person in play, or do you have a consumer in play? So the reason you want to keep your call in there in any network marketing is to understand their mindset. Now, especially with Box Life now, I don't want to refer anybody over there because I want brand ambassadors. And the registration is kind of hidden in the bottom because if you just want a discount, then go be a brand ambassador. You can get a 25% discount if you just start referring people. And if that's all that matters to you, well, they've now provided the difference. So I want control, because I got to tell you, I got more people that joined for a discount that I didn't even, they just did it. And it's like, oh, that has been
right.
I'm grateful they did, but it's like it was like I didn't know where to spend my time.
Yeah, I had that happen with my Young Living business, and that I have people out there that I didn't really connect with. So they just kind of fall away unless you have some way to connect back with them.
So it sounds like sending them a website is not the option.
Yeah.
Like
so I'll just take that out. Yeah.
Because like for me, I want to be guided. Like I 100%, I don't like, you're the expert and you present yourself as the expert and then you left me hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So the funnel in my mind is, put it, whatever the landing page is with all of our advice that makes sense for you. Right. Mm-hmm. Get the email and the phone number. Mm-hmm. And then, or just get the email, right? The next thing you say is, if sign up, like send them a link. Like I will call you in the next 24 hours, blah, blah, blah. And then, so we can set up your consultation, or we can go through and, kind of figure out what's the, just whatever that is, strategize.
Right.
It is a consultation on the next steps for mm-hmm. you within this. So then that way you are, because you value building relationships and you want to get to know each of your customers and the people you work with. Wow, she wants to know, and I see that she's having the integrity in that process. You start off by saying, I want to share this with you. I'm here to be your resource. Here, watch this video. I want to dive more into it. Please give me your email and phone number. I'm going to call you in the next 24 hours to schedule this thing. And then we will do that. This person is taking me through the process.
Yeah, but let's change a few of the words. So
yeah,
it's you just say, I have found that most people like to hear from me in 24 hours. Now it's not you pitching, it's you're following up on resources that customers have given you. So I've found that everybody likes to hear from me within 24 to 48 hours. Thank you for watching the video. You have some great knowledge. What I want to follow up with you on is, do you see if this is a fit for you? Take it away from them. Let them not feel safe. Not like you're going to come in and like hammer them with spending money. And then just say, so I look forward to chatting with you soon. Or if you're going to email them, you send them the link to pick the time. Otherwise, you're just going to do a random call.
Yep.
So you could, on that second link, you could invite them to schedule the 15-minute call with you using your calendar. And then when they take that step, that is one more commitment from them where you're not chasing. Yeah. So that's where I would put your calendar link.
Yes. Thank you for that, because I was trying to figure out where to put that, because then you want the people like either, hey, I'm going to give you a call, or I love when people schedule their time. Like I do. I do not like playing phone call, tag, none of that. Schedule a time. Then you keep that time. So thank you, Marla, for that. That was
it took me a while to think that through. But so your message then on page 2 is, I'm so excited you watched this. I bet you, I really want to hear what interested you, what intrigued you, what you found fascinating. I mean, set them up. So I read this book the other day, and I'm still reading it. I've got it on Audible, and I highly recommend it. It's written many, many years ago. It's called Pre-Suasion. Pre-Suasion. So when we are marketing, so if I come up to Katrina and say, I just had a bad day, Katrina's going to automatically get in conversation with me about her bad day. Or not, but I mean, it's just kind of a human thing. So, but when you come in and you say, I am so excited to hear what you learned, the 3 things that I learned have made a change in my life in the last however many months, whatever you want to say. We could get more specific and throw one out. So I really am curious about what intrigued you, what you got out of this video. We can make it sexier than that, because this has changed my life. Now their mind is persuaded to changing their life. And so I really love collaborating with people, like-minded people who want great levels of wellness. Let's connect. Here's my calendar. I take only 15 minutes or less. I honor your time, and then just let it go. So that whole second page is persuaded, not persuaded. Consulting will scare a word away. We're talking about connection. We're talking about you're going to listen to them, and then you're going to talk about how it's going to be. You don't say this will be a great experience. You talk about your great experience, and then they automatically assume they're going to have one. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this pre-suasion thing is, we all know it, but when I heard this guy put it in like this, it's like it's the setup, it's the tee off, it's the getting the ball to the next hole, and it's like you really got to think about pre-suasion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that if I on that button below the video, if I put something like next steps.
Well, you just put let's take 15 minutes, and just put let's take 15 minutes ... and then what's behind that is your link to your do you have Calendly or Doodle or
I have Acuity.
Okay, so do you have 15-minute appointments?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah, just set them up. Just put that link in there. That's what I do on mine. I've just put my Doodle link in for 15 minutes.
So instead of having the form pop up with my asking for their email and their phone number, I just
page one, ask for their email and their phone number. Okay. Because if they give it to you after watching that 10-minute video, then you've already selected. You see what I'm saying? So you set them up. They get excited about watching the video. You leave the video in there, like Katrina suggested, the 10-minute video, and then down here, you just say thank you for watching. Let's stay connected. That link then takes them to the email and the phone number. Now, when that's done, the second page pops up. And this is where you say, I'm so excited that you watched the video and that you've come this far. I was excited when I learned blah, and I want to hear from you about how great this is, or we have to work with the words. And then you put, so let's connect is your final statement. And then your little button says, I'd like to spend 15 minutes with you. And they click that button and it goes to your calendar. So all the action is totally in their hand. That makes sense?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think how it works with the actual physical Firefly thing. You have the ability to put the video, and then you have a button under the video which pops up the form for the email and the phone number. And then once they do that, then there's the thank you page that comes up.
Right. And the thank you page is basically, let's not call it thank you. Let's say, you could say thank you for your email, but it's like, oh, I'm so excited we're connected. That's a thank you.
Yeah.
And now then you give your invitation to saying, I want to hear what you learned, because I was excited when I learned this. And then, so please share with me. Let's take 15 minutes and do coffee over the phone. And then you have your button down there for your calendar.
Okay.
So thank you page is usually thanking for a purchase, but thank you page is also just a thank you for an email, but you don't want to say thanks for your email. I'm going to be spamming you real soon. It's
or just say, I'm so excited that we've connected.
That we've come this far because they watched the video and they gave you your stuff.
Yeah, I'm so excited that you watched this video. I'm excited to hear about what you learned from it, and how you think this is going to change your life or whatever.
Yeah. Or
And then-
might, not going to, but might change your life. But anyway, we're always still on the upbeat, you know?
Right. Yeah.
We're always still on the upbeat.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the example, because there are a lot of details. And thank you, Katrina, for your perspective. Because
really helpful.
I've never done one like that, because I'm still basically building an email list. But you're right. You do have an already list. They're already familiar with you. So, Katrina, thoughts? Otherwise, I've got to go on. I got another call at 10:30 to get on to today.
No, that was really helpful, because I have a couple different things that I want to set up some funnelizers through, so it helps me kind of like think through that process. Even just how we're inviting people into our emails. Hey, like for you, great. Just like that for a start, I have a 10-minute video on some things. Who wants to watch it, right? Like, here's the link. Send them in. Oh, learn more, right? Like, I actually like that. I like, I'm sitting here going, I actually like watching it first before like giving the email. And it's like, you gave me the thing that you asked me if I wanted to watch. I watched it. And then if I want to know more, I can give you my email. Like that feels really good. And so that's helpful for me to kind of think about what am I giving up front? What is that process?
Yeah.
And just to think through what feels good. So
and I'm wondering if in my email to my list that I already have, maybe I should have a short video in there, as well as my text talking about this, instead of just
I would just do a link to it, and just kind of just be like, you already have the relationship with them, so you can just say, here's a new thing. I'm really excited. This new thing came into my life, and I want to share it with you guys. And
it's a tough one, Betsy. I think what you have to do is go for simple first. And if you get the results you want doing simple, then don't. Then if you don't get the results you want, then you go back to the drawing board and you add in one thing. We don't know what that one thing is, but you'd add in one thing to see, did that make the difference? So if you're comfortable with this, and I kind of like this, I'm kind of curious myself, because you've got a list, you've got a following. I think it'd be fun, because I just thought of some ways that I could use that too. So I think this was a great collaboration this morning.
Yeah, thank you. I can put up my email that I've written in the group if you want to look at the copy. I don't know if that would be helpful.
Yeah.
So I'll kind of rethink it now that we've had this talk, just to make sure it's in line with what we've just talked about. But then I'll put it up there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. We gotta, we all got room to learn. So
and I can be a test. It can maybe inform.
Well, and this is
what's working, what's not, right?
This is not a format that is often sent out to people either, because MLSP teaches just get them on your email list, and give them offers. But if you already have a seasoned email list, then you kind of start the funnel as your offer. And so this is a good experiment. Yeah.
And then the next step is to just actually have like some posts that I do in social media to draw them in, to draw new people into my list, right?
Right.
So, okay.
Right.
Thank you both.
Yeah, thank you guys. Katrina, did you have a good weekend?
I did. Oh my God, it was fabulous.
Good.
Fabulous. I am, speaking of email lists, I went into the workshop and came out and said, I knew we were getting the list of all the attendees, at least from Friday's pre-conference.
Well, that's a first.
I know. I'm grateful. So I'm literally spent this morning, getting it into Aweber, because I'd already did the welcome email list from that. I just moved it over. And so I'm developing a business relation, because I've been wanting that. It was perfect. I was like, I want just businesses that want to know my business and form that relationship. And so I just moved over the email list. I'm going to change the first one to be a little bit more about business and what to expect from being a part of this. And I was already talking about it all weekend. I said, you'll get it on Tuesday. So it gives me a chance to like work through the copy, make some changes.
Good.
It's 100 and almost 200 emails that I just got.
Wow. Is this from what
She went to the Achieve conference. This is the first time I haven't gone to one.
Okay.
It
Three
was
years it took them to get to this point. So I'm glad you got it.
So, but it was only for the pre-conference work because it was all about building collaboration. So
Yeah,
as I was talking, I was like, you'll get an email from me telling you more about me. And then there's a series. So what there'll be is, here's a link to come and have to set up a coffee date with me. You know, this is what I value. There'll probably be a little video that I'm going to create today and just be like, hi, this is who I am. This is what I'm looking for in that first email. If you want to be a client of mine, here's how to do that. Here's the deal. So I already came in with a plan, got the thing, and now I just got to develop it out. And I gave myself some time. And so I'll deliver tomorrow.
Congratulations.
And I just feel great because now I also have something for other businesses to get more their emails. And they'll also get this
good,
series.
Good. All right.
Well, and also, Katrina, you could provide some free content to them as a benefit of connecting with you, right?
There's tons in there. There'll be the one thing it was about is let's build a relationship, right? And so there might be like, here's a little bit more about me. There'll be a good hefty stuff within that series because it's a 4-part series. So there is some like info that might be a little bit geared a little bit towards just working with a fitness professional.
Awesome.
Nice.
I can't wait to hear about that.
Okay.
You're also welcome to sign up.
I will. I'm a big supporter. So
yeah. All right, guys. Hey,
guys.
Thank you. Happy Monday. We'll see you next week. Oh, don't forget, get on Wednesday night's call. There's no selling going on Wednesday night. Wednesday night's call is all going to be about the 9 steps to yes. And it's going to be Stacy. I might get to be on as a guest. I don't know, but it's out of the Go for Yes masterclass. So I'd love it if you guys were in there because I think this is going to bring value that you can all use.
I'll try to promote it on some of my business websites and my business Facebook stuff, and I might even be able to go in this email. So
yeah. Okay. Thank you. See you guys.
Bye guys.